Good morning, students. Welcome back to this algorithm class again. In the last class, we discussed about quicksort. I think all of you must have uh, understood how the quicksort works. Let me recap how it works. From the given list of random numbers, you have to select one pivot element or partition element. Okay. The quicksort algorithm will divide the given numbers into two areas such that after the division, the partition value will be placed in the right location. So how it works? The partition value is compared from left to right and from right to left. Okay. Then values that are less than the partition value are placed in front of it. Values that are greater than the partition value are placed behind it. At the end of this process, the partition value will be in the right location. That is how it will work. So when the numbers in front of the partition value are still big, then you have to select another partition value from them and partition them into different categories. You should repeat the problem again. Okay. So when we keep on repeating the problem from the left side onto the right side, at the end of this, the elements will become sorted. That's how we do it in the quicksort. Now, the quicksort has best case, worst case, and average case. The quicksort is a very efficient algorithm technique when the given numbers are in a very unsorted order. In that case, it will work very fastly and rearrange the numbers in a sorted order with a lesser number of comparisons. Okay. Whereas it is the worst technique when the given number of elements are in almost sorted order, available in almost sorted order. In that case, it needs so many comparisons, it will not be an ideal choice when the given number of elements are almost sorted, except a few elements in an unsorted order. So in that case, it will take more number of comparisons. And the time complexity of this quicksort is order of n log n. Order of n log n. Okay. Now we go for next technique, selection sort. Okay, the selection sort goes like this. Here also we will use the partition algorithm to segregate the given values into less than the partition value, bigger than partition value. But the technique here slightly differs from the quicksort. Here we try to find some kth smallest value. When we try to find the kth smallest value, instead of finding the kth smallest value, we will be finding some other smallest value, and some other smallest value will be placed in the right location of the sorted sequence. For example, you are given some 10 numbers. You want to find the fifth smallest value. Instead of finding the fifth smallest value, you might be finding the seventh smallest value, and the seventh smallest value will be placed in the sorted sequence. Okay. Now we have to repeat the problem again. Still you try to find the fifth smallest value. Now it is, instead of finding the fifth, now you will find some ninth smallest value or eighth smallest value, like this. So when you keep on doing further, at one stage you will make all the elements in a sorted order. That is the idea behind this selection sort. Now, what is the problem definition of this selection sort? Given a list of n numbers stored in an array A in a random order, arrange them in a sorted order by recursively finding the kth smallest element. Arrange them in a sorted order by recursively finding the kth smallest element. Okay, how the method goes? So this method also uses the partition technique that I have told you already. Okay. So the given numbers are partitioned in such a way that the partition value V is placed in the latest state jth location. So the given values are there. For convenience sake, we take the first element of the given numbers as the partition value. Then the partition algorithm divides the number such that the values less than the partition value are pushed in front, values greater than partition value are pushed back, and my partition value is placed in the jth location. Let us take jth location. That is, my partition value V is placed in the jth location. Then what is our understanding then? If my kth smallest value, if my k is less than j, if my k is less than j, means then the kth smallest value will be available from a of 1 to a of j minus 1. A of 1 to j of minus 1. That is, if my value to be, if the kth smallest has to be value to be found, so if k is less than the j, that is the location of the partition value in the array, then the kth smallest element is in a of 1 to a of j minus 1. So naturally, so simply saying, you are given some 10 numbers, you are asked to find the 7th smallest value, but now you are finding instead of finding the 7th smallest value, you are finding the 5th smallest value. Okay, that means in the partition. Now my 7th smallest value should be available somewhere after the 5th smallest value in the given list of numbers. That is what the meaning here. So if k is less than j, the kth smallest value is in a of 1 to a of j minus 1. Otherwise, I want to find the 7th smallest value. Straight away the partition places the partition value in the 7th location, means then k is equal to j. Then kth smallest value is found out in the very first attempt. Okay. Otherwise, if k is greater than j, then the kth smallest value is in the k minus jth smallest element of the a of j plus 1 to a of n. A of j plus 1 to a of n. See, again I come to this example. You are given some 10 numbers. You want to find the 7th smallest value. Now, instead of finding the 7th smallest value, you have found out the 5th smallest value. That means the 7th smallest value will be available from in the range a of 6, a of 7, a of 8, a of 9, a of 10. Okay, only among those numbers you can find the 7th smallest value. Okay. So that's what they mean. If k is greater than j, the kth smallest value is the k minus jth smallest value in the a of j plus 1 to a of n. Okay. Now look at this. Here also we use the very same partition algorithm that we have used in the last class. The following is the algorithm that finds the kth smallest element of the given list of numbers and places it in the position k. And the remaining elements are such that after placing the kth smallest in its right location, we find that values before that kth smallest value, that is a of I less than or equal to a of k. for 1 less than or equal to I less than or equal to K. So the values will be, the values before that kth smallest value will be less than that. Values after the kth smallest value will be greater than that. That is the understanding. Okay. Now look at this algorithm, the very same partition algorithm that we have seen in the last class. Algorithm partition. If you haven't understood, again you go back to the previous video and try to understand what we discussed about this partition algorithm. What does it mean? Given the array A, values are available from the nth location to the pth location. We take the first value A of m as the partition value, and given the value of m to a variable I, given the value of p to a variable j, then we perform a repeat until loop. I told you what is the repeat until loop. It is similar to do while loop, but it is different in the sense that the repeat until will be kept on executed as long as the Boolean condition is false. Once the Boolean condition becomes true, the loop is terminated here. So here we are using 3 repeat until loops. The repeat until starts here, and the corresponding until statement is here. Now, in between that, we have 2 built-in repeat until statement. This is repeat statement is for moving from the left to right. Moving from the left to right. Okay. As long as the given values from the left to right are less than the partition value, we keep on moving. Once we have found out a value bigger than the partition value, there we terminate the repeat until. In the next repeat until, we start from right to left. Okay, we check the values with the partition value. As long as they are greater than the partition value, we keep moving towards the left from right. Okay, once we have found out a value that is less than the given partition value, then we exchange the value in this repeat until with the value in this repeat until. We swap them. Okay. So this swapping keeps on going as long as this I is less than j. Once this I becomes greater than j, we terminate this repeat until loop. By then, when the loop gets terminated, we have placed the values that are less than the partition value to one side, that are greater than the partition value to the other side. Okay, that is what we do it here. Okay. That is the mechanism of partition. Okay. Now, here comes the selection sort. Okay. Now look at this. Given the list, given n numbers in the array A, try to find the kth smallest value. Okay. So n numbers are stored in an array from A of 1 to A of n, and the kth smallest value has to be found among them. Okay. Now low is equal to 1. So the first index low is equal to 1. Up is equal to n plus 1 for our convenience. Recall, we have introduced one infinity after the last value in the array for our convenience sake. So A of n plus 1 is equal to infinity, a very big value. Okay. This repeat until loop starts from here and goes up to this one. Okay. What we do, j is equal to partition of a comma low comma up. From the first index up to the last index, you do the partitioning. What is the partitioning? The first value of the given value is the partition value that is partitioned into two areas. So after the end of this statement, values less than the partition value are in the location from A of 1 to A of j minus 1. Then values that are greater than partition value are available from A of j plus 1 up to A of n plus 1. A of j plus 1 up to A of n plus 1, and the A of j, the value in the A of j is in the right location of the sorted sequence. Okay, after the elements getting sorted, the value in the A of j is in the right location. Now, these statements are very crucial. These statements are very crucial. Now, here in the previous statement, we have found out the jth smallest value instead of the kth smallest value. Our aim is to find the kth smallest value, but what we have found out is the jth smallest value. Now analyze. If our k is equal to j, if that is, I try to find the fifth smallest value and j is also equal to 5 means, then if k is equal to 0, 5, if both are equal, that is 5 is equal to 5. In that case, then return j. Okay, we have found out the desired smallest value we wanted to find. Okay, that we got it. Otherwise, if my k is less than j, so again I come back to this example. You are given some 10 values. You wanted to find the third smallest value. When you try to find the third smallest value, you have found out the fifth smallest value. So k is equal to 3, but j is equal to 5. So 3 less than 5. If 3 is less than 5, then the third smallest value will be available from AI1 to AI4. AI1 to AI4. So my upper range should come down from n plus 1 to the j. From n plus 1 to the j. That's what they mean. So if k is less than j, you reduce the range from 1 to j only instead of 1 to n plus 1. Okay. Otherwise, if k is greater than j, that means you are given some 10 values. You have to find the seventh smallest value. Instead of finding the seventh smallest value, you are finding the fifth smallest value means, then your seventh smallest value will be available from a of j plus 1 up to a of n. A of j plus 1 up to a of n. That is why you should increase your low from 1 to j plus 1. Initially low is 1. This low should be increased from 1 to j plus 1. That is, you are reducing the size. See, you see here, this algorithm for selection sort follows the control abstraction. Okay. Now, until false. Now you see here, you keep on doing this. You keep on doing this until you find the desired smallest value. Now, as an example, look at this. Given numbers are in the given numbers are 65, 45, 75, 80, 85, 60, 55, like this. Let us take the partition value is 65. Now, when you apply this partition algorithm to this list of numbers, you will find that this next pass. At the end of this pass, this 65 is placed in this location. Okay, what is this location? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is the fifth location. But what are these values? 60, 45, 50, 55. They are all less than 65. And look at these values, the 85, 80, 75, 70. They are all bigger than 65. And 65 is in the fifth location. We wanted to find the seventh smallest value. Instead of finding the seventh smallest value, we have found out the fifth smallest value. So we have to repeat the process again. Where can you find the seventh smallest value? Certainly not here, but somewhere here. From here, you have to find the seventh smallest value. So when you repeat this again, now when you consider these numbers, this 85 is your partition, new partition value now. Now, when you segregate those numbers that are less than 85, greater than 85 into less than 85 into one side, and greater than 85 into one side, there is no element that is bigger than 85. So 85 is placed here, and this is the ninth location. This is the ninth location. So still we haven't found out the seventh smallest value. Instead of finding the seventh smallest value, we have found out the ninth smallest value. So we have found out two values, that is fifth smallest value and the ninth smallest value. Both of them are placed in the right location. Still the condition is false. When you keep on doing this, till the condition becomes true, till the condition becomes true in the repeat until case, we will end up with all the given numbers in a sorted order. That is the logic behind this. That is the logic behind this selection sort. Okay, it is nice algorithm, and time complexity for this algorithm is order of n. Or sometimes we may have to search all the n values and all the values. Okay, the best case is the first attempt. Okay, I wanted to find the fifth value. Straight away I find the fifth value. In that case, the time complexity is 1. Okay, so this is the logic behind this selection sort. Here also we use the partition algorithm to find the desired kth smallest value. Usually we won't find the desired smallest value in the first attempt. Instead of finding the desired smallest value, we will end up finding some other smallest value. We will repeatedly do this until the elements becomes sorted. That is the idea behind this selection sort. Rest of the things we will see in the next class.